The expiration date of your money? It sounds a bit dramatic, right? Like a tagline for a financial thriller. But stick with me, because this isn't about some distant, abstract concept. It's about a very real, very present danger to your financial well-being, one that most of us are completely overlooking. I spend a lot of time thinking about financial security, as many of us do. We're told to save, to invest, to build that emergency fund, and all of that is good advice. Essential even, but recently, a different idea started to form, something that felt unsettling. It was like looking at a familiar picture and suddenly noticing a disturbing detail you'd never seen before. We talk endlessly about financial liquidity. That's your ability to quickly convert assets into cash without significant loss of value. Having cash in the bank is the ultimate form of financial liquidity. But what if there's another layer, a deeper form of liquidity that underpins everything? I started to think of it as skill liquidity. Let me explain what I mean by that. Skill liquidity is your ability to convert your current knowledge, talents, and expertise into income in the current job market. It's how readily your skills are in demand, how easily you can find work or generate revenue with what you know right now. Now, here's where it gets interesting and a bit scary. Imagine you've done everything right. You've got a healthy savings account, maybe some investments. You feel secure. But what if the skills that allowed you to earn that money, the skills that would allow you to replenish those savings if you had to, start to become obsolete? Think about it. Technology advances, industries shift, consumer demands change. The job you're doing today might not exist in the same form 5 or 10 years from now. Or the skills required to do it effectively will have evolved dramatically. If your skills haven't kept pace, your skill liquidity dries up. And if your skill liquidity dries up, what happens to your financial liquidity? Suddenly, that pile of cash in the bank isn't a foundation of security anymore. It becomes a finite resource, a countdown timer. Every dollar you spend is a dollar you might not be able to easily replace. This is the moment the penny dropped for me. Your money effectively has an expiration date, and that date is directly tied to the relevance and viability of your skills. This isn't some theoretical exercise. We see it happening all around us. Think of industries that have been massively disrupted. Print media, travel agencies, even certain types of manufacturing. People who had built entire careers, who had savings, suddenly found their core competencies were no longer in high demand. Their ability to generate new income plummeted, regardless of how much they had in the bank. Their money, in a practical sense, began to expire because their ability to earn more of it diminished. This is why I say your savings are not enough if your skills are on the verge of expiring. That emergency fund, it might cover you for a few months of unemployment. But what if the reason you're unemployed is because your entire profession is contracting, or your specific skill set is now done better and cheaper by AI? That emergency fund then becomes a temporary stopgap, not a solution. It's like having a well-stocked pantry, but the local grocery stores have all closed down, and you don't know how to farm. Eventually, the pantry runs empty. This is where the concept of your skills as your primary intangible asset comes into play. In accounting, an intangible asset is something valuable that isn't physical, like a patent or brand recognition. Your skills are your personal primary intangible asset. And like any asset, they can appreciate or depreciate. If you're not actively investing in them, they are, by default, depreciating, especially in a rapidly changing world. How do you apply this in life? It means you need to treat your skill development with the same seriousness, if not more, than you treat your financial investments. You wouldn't just leave a large sum of money sitting under your mattress, losing value to inflation. So why would you let your core income-generating abilities stagnate and lose value in the job market? This means carving out time and resources for continuous learning. It could be formal courses, certifications, online tutorials, industry conferences, or even just dedicated time each week to read up on new trends and technologies in your field, in adjacent fields. It means actively seeking out projects or roles that stretch your current abilities and force you to learn new ones. It's about cultivating a mindset of perpetual beta, always learning, always evolving. Consider your comfort zone with your current skills. If you're feeling too comfortable, that might actually be a warning sign. Comfort can breed complacency, and complacency is the enemy of skill liquidity. The moment you stop learning and adapting is the moment the expiration clock on your skills, and therefore, your money starts ticking faster. This also radically reframes how we should think about career stability. For generations, stability meant having a long-term job with one company. That model is largely gone. True stability today comes from your adaptability and the transferability of your skills. It's not about clinging to one specific job. It's about having the underlying competencies that are valuable across a range of roles and industries. That's real security. Let's take the emergency fund again. If it's just sitting there while your skills erode, it's a false comfort. It's like being proud of the spare tire in your trunk, while the 4 tires on your car are balding and about to blow. The spare might get you a little further, but it doesn't solve the fundamental problem of your primary mode of transport failing. Your skills are those primary tires. If they fail, your ability to move forward financially is severely compromised. And that emergency fund just becomes a way to subsidize your decline for a little while longer. So, when you look at your financial plan, ask yourself, what's my plan for skill renewal? What am I doing this month, this quarter, to ensure my skill liquidity remains high? What's the expiration date on my current core competencies? If I do nothing to update them, these are uncomfortable questions, but ignoring them is far more dangerous. The idea that your savings aren't worth anything if your skills expire is blunt, but it's a necessary jolt. It forces us to confront the reality that financial capital alone isn't enough. Human capital, your knowledge, your abilities, your adaptability, is the engine that generates financial capital. If that engine seizes up due to neglect, the fuel will eventually run out. Think about it this way. Your money is a store of past value you've created. Your skills are your capacity to create future value. In a volatile market, the capacity to create future value is paramount. It's what allows you to weather economic storms, to pivot when necessary, and to continue generating income. This isn't about creating fear. It's about promoting foresight and proactive action. It's about shifting from a purely defensive financial posture to a more offensive one. So, the next time you check your bank balance, also do a mental check on your skill balance. Are you investing in both? Because in the long run, the health of your skill portfolio will have a far greater impact on your financial security than you might realize. The expiration date of your money isn't printed on your dollar bills. It's written in the relevance of your skills. Don't let it catch you by surprise. So, we've established this critical link between your skills and the real value of your money. The big question now is, what can we actually do about it in our daily lives? It's not about massive, overwhelming changes. It's about integrating small, consistent habits. Think about dedicating just 15 to 30 minutes a day to learning something new related to your field, or even an adjacent one. This could be reading industry articles, listening to a relevant podcast during your commute, or watching a short tutorial on a new software or technique. These small investments add up significantly over time. Another simple habit is to consciously seek out diverse perspectives. Talk to colleagues in different departments, or network with people outside your immediate professional circle. You'd be surprised what you can learn. Even reflecting for a few minutes at the end of your day on what challenges you faced and how you could have approached them differently builds valuable problem-solving skills. The benefits. You become more adaptable, more resilient to market shifts. You start seeing opportunities you wouldn't have noticed before. Your confidence in your ability to navigate change increases. Essentially, you're future-proofing your earning potential, making your skill liquidity robust. This transforms your financial planning from just saving money to actively cultivating the means to always make money. It's about playing the long game, ensuring that the expiration date of your money is a concept you understand, not a reality you experience unprepared. Stay curious, stay learning. Thanks for watching. I invite you to check out the description below. There might be something there that could help you further on this journey.